Hello everyone, it's been a while. Have you missed me? No? Oh, well that's a shame. Where am I? Okay, I'm right here, alright. So yeah, it's been a while since I played Xenominer on this here Xbox. I've been waiting for the update and I think it's gonna come out next week. But you know, whatevs. So I don't know if I'm gonna make this one a squirrel one or whatever, like where I got my squirrel voice. I kind of like doing the squirrel thing because one, it makes the video shorter, so it doesn't, because if it's long, then it'll, I don't know, Microsoft Windows Movie Maker is weird. But if I make it longer, well not longer, but like keep it slow, like average, then I have more video to put up, so then I can stall you a little longer until the update. Yeah, I need to work on my wording. All right, so let's get this show on the road. All right, let's see. What was I doing? I'm making things. That's what I'm doing. So yeah, you know, I'm just gonna be building the little thingy. I gotta fucking get a dictionary. I'm gonna be building my space station. No, it's not in space though. My base. Yeah. It's weird. All right. Whatever. That's a long way. A long way. And I can't wait till the update because they've got these two specific blocks I like. It's these black metal panels and this aluminum thing. It looks kind of like marble, except I guess it's like a plastic mixed with metal. I don't know. I mean, I see it on like the walls of airports. They'll have like a white flat wall, and I guess that's what it is. I don't know, but it looks cool. It looks like something interesting that I'll probably use for the builds. So, how are things going? How are things going? Earlier, I watched Apollo 18, which I really like. I don't care what people say. I really enjoy the home video kind of thing that people do for horror movies ever since the Blair Witch Project. If you don't know the Blair Witch Project, it's good. I watched it as a kid. I thought that shit was real. You know, I would argue to my parents. I'd be like, it was totally real, and they'd be like, well, then why are they talking on these news programs if they all died? And I'm like, because they're ghosts, obviously. That was my answer. But yeah, it wasn't real. It wasn't real. It sounded real. They like going around a town talking about the Blair Witch as if it was an actual folk tale for that area. And I was like, Jesus, this is so cool. It was really good. I watched that like forever as a kid. Mainly because the power would go out whenever it rained or whatever. Well, not the power, but the cable would go out. But, you know, we could still watch stuff on the TV, so we'd just play the tapes until the cable came back. So yeah, we'd watch it constantly when I was a kid. Yeah. So I like Apollo 18, you know, I like it, you know. I mean, I'm curious why the fuck we don't go to the moon that often anymore, though I doubt that's the reason why. I guess the government just doesn't care too much about space travel because they're like, we already beat the Russians, we don't care anymore. And everyone else is like, but it would be so cool, we want to live on the moon and on Mars and such. But they're like, it's not a big priority. We got other things to worry about, like gas prices and oil and such. I'm like, this wouldn't be an issue if you would just let us go on the moon, you jerks. But yeah, so NASA is getting laid off or whatever. I don't know. But you know, there's like private companies now that are working on space travel, so that way they can mine resources. A lot like this game, actually. I feel like this game is pretty accurate with how the future's gonna work. But you know, war makes the world go round is my motto. I don't know if anyone's ever said that. It's like war is what makes progress, like arguments, whether it be national or personal. Dispute is what causes things to move forward. Doopy doops. I don't have any more lights. So, you know, I don't care. Let the industries have their personal wars and try to be better than the other by going into space. You know, it'll lead to personal space travels where a person can just use a space thingy as kind of like a bus or a train. And we just go to the moon that way, and it'd be like an airport, that kind of thing. Except it'd be super expensive. But then eventually it'll get cheaper, maybe. I don't know. That's the way I see the future happening. How did I get here? Oh, Apollo 18. That's Jesus. I was talking about a horror movie. I started getting on the subject about how space travel should work in the future. Well, there you go, people. That's where my mind goes all the time. I need white crystals. They're everywhere. Time to get some. So, yeah, what's your favorite horror movie? You know, question of the video. Go ahead and put it down on the comments. What's your favorite horror movie? Apollo 18 isn't really my favorite horror movie, though. I don't know. I like Jason Voorhees, but it's not because it's scary. I just like the guy going around killing a bunch of adolescent kids being stupid. You know, whatever. I don't care. I'm all for that shit. So yeah, I like Jason Voorhees, but I'm not sure if that's my favorite horror movie. I guess it would be the Blair Witch Project. I guess that would be my favorite horror movie. Because, you know, I really liked it. I thought that shit was real. Though I never thought the Blair Witch would ever come to my house because I'm like, okay, they live in what, Oregon? I don't know where the hell they lived, but I'm like, it's a local thing, you know. So I was never afraid of the Blair Witch coming to my house. But I thought it was real, you know, and that's what a horror movie should do. It should make you think this shit could really happen, and you gotta watch your ass, you know. But I guess the main reason I like Apollo 18 is because, like, as far as horror movie goes, I feel like a lot of people are stupid in the horror movie, you know, in order to progress it. Like they're in space. They got nowhere to go. They're pretty much fucked when you're in space. I need to get rid of something. What should I get rid of? This. I don't need any of that. Yeah, screw you, basalt. And then I need to get it later for iron or some shit. That'll be horrible. Doopy doops. I need to get me a... Oh, I got this. I got this. Don't worry. Whatever. Radiation isn't that big of a deal in this game because you can make the radiation, the rad thingy. The nanotech rad really easily, you know? Like, oh, aluminum and silicone, big whoop. So radiation isn't an issue in this game. Alright, let's see how much space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess that works. I guess. Yeah, sure, it works. Works, whatever. Works. 6 in between. I feel like I need to get a better editing software. I mean, eventually. I mean, right now I don't need to Like there's no cause for it. Like I don't need it for anything specific. It works fine, but I feel like I'm not sure if it's the editing software or my computer. But you know, like as I've been mentioning, if the video is too long, it'll like bug out or some shit. Like it'll say it'll start having an error if it's too long and too chopped up. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's just the editing software on my computer doing that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.